Hey, this is Alex703 Rockstar. Holy shit! Back with another video. This is gonna be my weekly ROH on HDNet review. So this show opened up saying, Bryan Danielson was one of the greatest wrestlers ever in ROH. He left last week. Blah blah blah. Showed some highlights of him. Thought it was really pointless considering they've been doing these like remembering Bryan Danielson segments for a couple weeks now, and now that he's gone, it's like okay, we can move on without him, please. Not that Bryan Danielson wasn't awesome, but it's unnecessary to do this. So then we started off the night with Kenny King versus Brent Albright, and what I thought was a very good opener. There are definitely some spots where it was like it just looked really fake. It wasn't even botches. It was just like the way they took the bumps and stuff. But that tends to happen in Brent Albright matches. And of course, another classic hog mistake here, saying that Brent Albright is much smarter than Kenny King, although Brent Albright's gimmick is to be a meathead and stupid. So it just shows that Hog really doesn't think when he commentates. He just kind of backs the faces without any sort of thinking behind it. The match was good. Then after the match, Kenny King won by cheating, by the way. After the match, Kenny King and Rhett Titus, who had been at ringside, and Austin Aries, who had come out, try to do a spike pile driver on Brent Albright, like they did to Jerry Lynn to try to put him out of action. But then Colt Cabana comes out and clears the ring just by running in. And I thought this had some good and some bad stuff in it, because the good is that it gives Cabana definitely a strong face moment to show that he's not just a goofy character, that he's a legitimate face, that and it makes him stronger. But the bad moment is I thought this was a big missed opportunity, because if they had let them hit the spike pile driver on what's his face, on Brent Albright, it would have been cool to see them like going week in and week out, spike pile driving all their face opponents into the mat and trying to put them out of action. It could have turned into a sort of gimmick that Austin Aries uses these guys, as in King and Titus, to eliminate any possible contenders for his title. I thought that would have been pretty cool, but they kind of missed the opportunity. But it seems like it's building up like some feud between Cabana and maybe Aries, which would be pretty sick as well. So not too many complaints there. Then they show a Young Bucks promo. Young Bucks should never cut a promo again. They're awful on the mic. They're trying to build up the titles, but they just sounded like, they didn't really say anything. Then we had D'Lo Brown versus Sal Rinauro, and I thought that this match was so pointless. I don't get it. They have D'Lo Brown in these squash matches, but he's one of the more credible superstars that even mainstream fans would know. And by superstar, I don't mean WWE's version of superstar. I'm saying he's a legitimate, I don't know if you'd call him super, but he's a legitimate star because he's been in WWE before. He had a pretty major role there in the late 90s. Okay, maybe not major, but he had a prominent role there in the late 90s. So he's one of the guys there that really does not need squash matches to make him look strong. He's still a talented wrestler, and although he's signed with TNA as an agent now, so he won't be there for much longer, it was kind of pointless to do this. Although I thought what was certainly interesting was him beating up Sal Rinauro and then taking, I think, the timekeeper's cell phone and tweeting in the middle of the match. I thought that was really funny. So yeah, but besides that, really pointless. Then Nigel McGuinness cuts his final promo in Ring of Honor. Thought this was awesome the way he built it up. He said, I have to thank someone, but he's kind of shy. Let me go backstage and try to get him out. And then he goes backstage, and you hear on the mic, he said, the person I have to thank is Nigel McGuinness. And he comes out, cuts an awesome promo, and then just leaves. And the camera actually follows him walking out onto the Philly streets. So I thought that was a great exit for him. It was kind of abrupt, except that everyone knew it was coming because he's already been on TNA for a while now. So it was very, very cool. Went out in typical Nigel style. Then there was a promo with Kyle Durden and the American Wolves. American Wolves are always good on the mic, especially Davey Richards. He was very good. He looks very threatening when he's on the mic and malicious. Eddie Edwards, not so much. He has a thick Boston accent and he tends to jumble his words a little, but he still comes off looking pretty tough. So, not bad. Good stuff. Then we had a match that I didn't expect to have so late in the show. The Super Smash Brothers versus Brandon Day and John Kermon. Yeah, two jobbers essentially. And I thought this was a smart match. Once I saw it, I said this is definitely a match for the Super Smash Bros. To win because I was complaining 2 weeks ago that they came in, had a great match with El Stinerico, but they didn't pick up the win in their first match. It was kind of weird. They looked weak like that, but here they got to do all their signature moves without it being a total squash, which I thought was good. There were definitely some funny spots, and they've had 2 matches, but they are way over with the crowd there. They love them when they come out, so I'd say push them to the heavens here. They're definitely a strong tag team, very entertaining. Then we had a Jim Cornette promo saying that he's going to make his first live appearance in 2 weeks, which is awesome. That he said some things are going to change for Austin Aries, which hopefully means naming like a new contender. Awesome stuff. And then he was mentioning if you're not 100% behind the creative direction of Ring of Honor, you can leave or something. Something like that, that he was definitely alluding to the fact that they fired him from TNA because he wasn't 100% behind the creative team. So that was very good stuff. Jim Cornette never fails on the mic. Then we had the main event of the night. They've been advertising this for a couple weeks. The American Wolves versus the Young Bucks for the ROH Tag Team Championships. Holy shit. I'm going to go watch this again afterwards. Because, especially the second half of the match, this had me on my feet, marking out. It was incredible. You have to watch this. One of the best matches they've had on HDNet, definitely. There were parts about the last 6 or 7 minutes where you thought the Young Bucks might pick up the titles. I mean, going in, I was saying there's no way they're going to pick up the titles. But you thought they were definitely going to pick up the titles, and the ending was just perfect because it made the Young Bucks look strong while still losing cleanly. So it made both teams look strong, and that is the perfect ending. I was in shock. I was in awe after this match. Definitely go check that out. One of the best matches they've had on ROH on HDNet. So check that shit out. Watch this review. Comment, rate, whatever. I'll see you guys next time.